In this video, I'm going to be showing you the top 5 best off-roading cars for ERLC. So if you do enjoy, or if this video helps you out at all, then please do make sure you drop a like and also subscribe. Make sure you check out all of my other social medias from the link in the description, but let's get straight into it. Okay, so in ERLC, we have a lot of SUVs. There's multiple different SUVs that you can choose from. Some of them are better than others, even pickup trucks like this. And you even got some Hummers like this. And there's loads of different ones you can choose from, as I've just said, but I have gathered the top 5 best to choose from. So in no particular order, we're going to get started. So the first one on this list is the Overland Buckaroo. This is obviously a Jeep in real life, but for copyright it's called the Overland Buckaroo. It's quite cheap. It's very cheap, to be honest. It's not too expensive. It's one of the cheaper end vehicles, and it is a decent off-roading car. So if we spawn this in here, you can see it looks pretty good. It is one of the more outdated models for ERLC. A lot of the cars now look a lot more detailed than this. This is definitely one of the much older models. It's probably 2-3 years old now, and a lot of the cars have been updated, so it is likely that this car will get an update at some point in the future. So you know, that's good. And yeah, overall it just drives quite well, to be honest. It's got good handling. It's all-wheel drive as well, so if you get stuck, it's easier to like drive away and whatever. And like I said, it is really quite cheap as well, so definitely a good one if you're looking for just a cheap off-roading car that looks good as well. And obviously has 4 seats. All of these are SUVs pretty much, so they do have 4 seats. But yeah, overall I'd give this one like a solid 6 out of 10. Okay, so up next we have the 2022 Welfare Prayer. I'm not sure how you say that. It's $60,000. It's a similar kind of range to the Jeep we just had. This is a very new car. This came out in the last update at the time of recording this video. You can see the speed is only slightly more. If we spawn this in again, it was already spawned in, but oh well. You can see the detail on this one compared to the other one is definitely much better. You can see the detail is much more clean. It's much more tidied up. You can see there's a lot more detail kind of in the front area here, and overall it is just a really good vehicle. So this one, like I said, is only $60,000. Now it does have quite a slow acceleration if you're looking for a bit of a faster car. However, it is still a really nice car, and like I said, this car is definitely just good for the detail, and it's a newer model car in real life as well. So if you want something more kind of modern, you can see the indicators, just a more like modern kind of feature instead of just like a normal square or whatever they are on some vehicles. But yeah, this one overall is pretty good. The off-roading is good. The suspension on this one is definitely very good. You can see how high it is there from the wheel. And yeah, it is just overall a really nice vehicle. Like I said, $60,000, so not too expensive either. So I'd give this one a 7 out of 10, and let's move on to the next one. And up next we have the Falcon Rampage. Obviously everyone knows that this is a very good off-roading car. Now it kind of goes without saying, this car is the best off-roading car in ERLC. It is incredible. You can drive up and around the entire map. Like on the mountains, you can drive up all the mountains, you can drive over all the mountains, you can literally circle the map just by traveling on the mountains in this car. You can do it in some other cars as well, but it is a bit more difficult. You could probably do it with all of the cars showcased in this video, but this one, it just definitely does it a lot easier. You can see it looks really nice. You've got like the winter style looking tyres, and just like the general really nice big vehicle. You can see how high it is off the ground. Very good suspension here, so you won't get stuck on anything, which suspension in ERLC is actually surprisingly good, and you do kind of actually need it a lot more than you think if you're wanting to off-road, because you could get stuck on a rock or something and your vehicle could get stuck if the rock is like stuck in the middle area here and your wheels can't reach the ground. So it is really good to have a high suspension, and this car is definitely probably the best out of all of these 5. So I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. It's very good. It is quite expensive though, although you could have got this for free a couple of years ago if you did the Halloween event. But yeah, overall 9 out of 10. Really nice car. I really like this one. Now the next one we have is one that you possibly would not really think of being one of the best, and this is probably the worst on this list. However, it's the new Avantismo Q8, which is meant to be an Audi Q8. You can see this car is definitely quite a modern looking car. It's not really a car you'd think about for off-roading, and the suspension is not great on it, I must say. However, it is a really fast car. This is one of the fastest. I think it's the second fastest out of all of the ones on this list, so really good if you are looking for speed, but obviously it's much more expensive. It's a few $100,000 I think this one is, so not too cheap, but a very good car. And like I said, it is also not too high off the ground, so you can't really do too much off-roading with this one. But if you are just looking for like a fast car that can, you know, just drive on a bit of, you know, uneven terrain if you needing to escape the police or something, then I would recommend this car as well, because it is good and it is fast and it is just a really nice looking car in general. So yeah, I'd give this one probably a 6 out of 10 for off-roading. But everything else is probably like a solid 8 out of 10. And the next one we have, and the final one, the fifth one, is the BKM Munich. Now everyone knows that this car is a really nice car. It's very fast. Now similar to the Avantismo Q8, it's not too high off the ground, but this one is very good for off-roading. It's meant to be a BMW X5, which if you guys in America don't know, it's like a very UK British / European car. It is a really nice car in my opinion. It's one of my favourite cars in ERLC, to be honest. I think it's just because it's like the most British car out of them all, and obviously it's on the police team as well, so you can get some really nice British police car liveries with that, and European ones as well. This car is really nice. This is the fastest one out of them all, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know this car is very fast either way. The acceleration is very good on it, and obviously it looks really nice in my opinion. And like I said, all of these cars are all-wheel drive, and they have really good handling as well, so you can really get some nice off-roading with all of these cars. And I'd probably give this one overall like an 8 out of 10. It's very good for speed, and it is also good for off-roading. It just doesn't have the high suspension that you would want, and if you want a really high suspension, definitely go for the Falcon Rampage. But that is going to be all for this video. I really hope it helped you out, or you enjoyed it in any way. If you did, please make sure you show your support by dropping a like and also subscribing to the channel. Check out everything else from the description as well, like my TikTok, my Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, and obviously join my Discord server over at discord.gg/amaze. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next one. Bye!